one of the things is the origin of my name. You know, I knew my dad back in the day. The Bucciero family, which is a family in Troy, had a trucking company, and my dad worked for the Bucciero family. My brothers used to wash cars and down at their trucking company, and um, and I can remember as a kid. Um, Joe Bucciero, Angel Bucciero, they would come down and visit with my brothers and them and bring things to my family, bring food and different other things. Um, and so when I was in high school, I was in high school with Scott Bucciero, who was a couple years older than me. And he stopped me one day in the hallway and he goes, "Are you Joe Moses?" And I'm like, "Sure." I'm like, "Who are you?" And he goes, "Scott, Scott Bucciero." They called him Booch at the time. And he goes, "You're named after my grandfather." And so I went home and, and I remember I asked my mom, asked my dad, like, where did it come from? And then sure enough, I was named after him because, how good he was to my family at that time. And then my brothers had great stories about him, about washing his car. And again, this is a time when relationships between blacks and whites were definitely strained. But, just as you had some bad ones, you also had good ones. But my brothers told me, he would let them drive his cars around because they'd wash his cars and and do things around the shop. And my mom spoke fondly of him and his sons and the family to the point to where I was named after him. So that just kind of shows how things kind of balance out.